Hello everyone, I'm Julian Morris with the Channel 5 News. In the headlines, Calypsonian Tasha P. Peltier to take to the stage first at Saturday's Calypso Finals. Prime Minister Skerrit signs regional procurement and assets recovery agreements, and CARICOM Chairman Mayor Motley praises regional organizations for their role in protecting our borders from the COVID-19 virus. The details of the news coming up.
Flow helps you stay connected to what matters. Simple plans and a better network mean that you can enjoy 7 days of unlimited social messaging, 3 gigabytes of reliable data to use as you like, 700 local anywhere calls and texts with the always-on prepaid plan, all for $29. Keep your number when you switch to Dominica's most reliable LTE network. Buy wherever you top up. Switch to Flow. It only gets better.
Hey, what you doing? I'm doing our monthly budget, baby. Oh, don't forget to pay my school fee on Friday.
So you're up to your neck in debt and just can't seem to catch a break. We get it.
Hire purchase and payday loans charge high interest rates. It's a good idea to consolidate these loans. It will result in lower interest rates and lower monthly installments.
In many cases, consolidations can reduce your installment by as much as 50%.
Here at National Bank, let us reduce your debts and consolidate your loans. Call us at 255-2337 or visit us at any of our branches.
A new in-home experience is here. All your services bundled into one simple plan. Faster, more reliable Wi-Fi so that you can binge, play, and stream uninterrupted. Unlimited Flow local landline minutes mean you can talk and talk and talk. Plus the best in TV entertainment with over 120 channels and 29 in HD. All for $160 a month with the new all-in bundle. With Flow, it only gets better.
First up in the news, the 10 Calypso finalists to compete for the title of 2020 Calypso Monarch on Saturday now know at what number or in what order they will perform. All they had to do was to open the blue and white umbrellas provided by headline sponsor Flow Dominica to reveal their number. Number 1, Tasha P. Peltier. Number 2, Webster Webb Marie. Number 3, Gregory Caressa Revere. 4, Jude J.D. Deloney. 5, Daryl de Bob. 6, Derek Hunter St. Rose. 7, File de Hila Landa. 8, Davidson the Observer Victor. 9, Denison Dice Joseph. And 10, Fitzroy Bingo Leon. Bingo and Webb ultimately switched numbers. Marlon Marie will be chief judge. The other 8 judges are Edward Lawrence, Reginald Lafleur, Daniel Serafin, Roland Rouet, Evelyn Baptiste, Nadine Revere, Rena Stevens, and Al Monell. The 2 reserve judges are Davidson Lloyd and Eustace Thomas. Flow Dominica is headline sponsor of Dominica's Calypso.
Congratulations all the same to all of you for making the Calypso finals. Based on what Observer said this morning, it's going to be a show like no other. I understand there's going to be a DJ, Lapo Cabaret, and all of that good stuff. It's going to be a show on Saturday. I mean, the Calypsonians give us a show, but it's going to be a show on Saturday, and I'm really looking forward to coming and witnessing what you all have to offer. Again, Flo is pleased and happy to be part of this, part of Calypso in Dominica. We know without Calypso there would really be no carnival in my view. So, big up to the Calypso vibes. From a point of view of Flo, we have triple data today on our 1 day, 3 day, and 7 day combo plans. So activate your plans. We also have other elements of our promotion. Top of $25 or more, and you get a free gift of either 50 on-net minutes or 500 megabytes of data. We also have our new postpaid plan in market. It is our medium postpaid plan, $169, 12 gigabytes of data, and some other good stuff in there. We do prizes and draws every week, $500 cash, costume band packages, t-shirt band packages, and some other goodies that goes with that. So we are happy to be a part of this.
The Calypso Finals is scheduled for Saturday at Carnival City. In other news, now Prime Minister Skerrit signed on to 2 important regional agreements on the sidelines of the 31st intersessional meeting of CARICOM heads of government in Barbados on Wednesday. The protocol on public procurement for the Caribbean community, which gives individuals and firms the opportunity to bid for public sector contracts in all CSMA participating member states on the Regional Procurement Notice Board. The protocol is aimed at creating the necessary competitive and non-discriminatory conditions to facilitate the achievement of best value for money, while also providing access to a single market with regional sales. Dominica completes the number of signatories required to bring the protocol into effect. The other signatories are Antigua and Barbuda, Barbados, Belize, and St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Prime Minister Skerrit also signed the agreement on the return or sharing of recovered assets. It's intended to strengthen regional cooperation in this area by establishing a framework for the return or sharing of illicitly acquired proceeds that have been confiscated. The agreement also facilitates the provision of assistance to victims of money laundering and increased financing for regional security institutions. In health news now, the COVID-19 virus is one of the issues on the minds of CARICOM heads of government as they meet in Barbados this week. CARICOM Chairman Mayor Motley told the opening ceremony on Tuesday a number of regional institutions have played critical roles in terms of the region's border security in light of the COVID-19 virus epidemic. Motley says when the heads left Castries in July last year, they had no idea that they would be facing a potential pandemic in the world with COVID-19.
We didn't have any idea that our ability to function as a single domestic space would be threatened by that development. Equally, we didn't realize that we would be able to rely on one of our regional institutions to be first the front line protection and another regional institution to be the platform and bedrock upon which we can fight this virus. And what am I referring to? The creation of the Implementation Agency for Crime and Security in 2006, followed by the Joint Regional Communications Center, was done initially to prepare us for Cricket World Cup 2007. But we understood then that its legacy and its enduring benefits would serve a Caribbean community for much longer. It is that agency that is able to track the movement of people, thereby putting our border security officials on notice as to where risk is likely to occur with people entering our countries. The ability for that agency to be linked in real time to Interpol, to U.S. Department of Homeland Security, and to be able to have access to the travel histories of persons allows us to be able to make that determination at the level of our border security officials, who we thank for being our frontline warriors in the protection of our people.
Motley says at the same time, CAFA, a relatively new institution, has proven its worth to CARICOM by working with PAHO to ensure countries in the region can test quickly to determine whether individuals within their jurisdiction have been affected with the virus.
Because I want our heads to focus on the challenge and the response. And I want us today to remember that F comes before I. And that I mean specifically that family comes before ideology. This is a critical moment for us as a community to understand that whether the challenges be with respect to chronic NCDs, which is the insidious killer among too many of our people, or whether the challenge be the more talked about and definite existential crisis of climate, affecting us not just through hurricanes, as it literally has torn many of our countries apart, from Dorian with Bahamas to Maria and Irma with Dominica and Antigua and Barbuda and the British Virgin Islands and too many of our countries to mention, or whether it is violence that has genuinely become a public health disorder with a level of killings across our community that is unacceptable for any community, any part of the world, or whether it is the challenges to our fiscal sovereignty, or whether it is the challenges to multilateralism that are taken and making aim at the integrity of our freedom of association as small groupings, we have to determine how best to confront these challenges.
In more news now, a law enforcement major at the Dominica State College has won the Miss DSC Mass Jamboree title. Andrea Louis has that story.
18-year-old Denicia Laura of Petit Soufriere emerged victorious from a field of 5 competitors Tuesday night. Laura, who has been participating in pageants throughout her educational journey, is also the daughter of Madame Wob 2019, Dorothy Laura. On her way to winning the title with the platform supporting a fair judiciary system, Denicia took the award for Best Evening Wear. First runner-up went to Denisha Yuzeb of Grand Bay, who is pursuing a degree in geography. She took the awards for Miss Photogenic, Best in Swimwear, Best in Runway, Best in Evening Wear, and Best Performing Talent.
Some call me nature. Others call me Mother Nature. I've been here for over 4.5 billion years, 22,500 times longer than you. I don't really need people, but people need me.
Second runner-up position was copped by Keja Charles of Port Cassé, who is pursuing a degree in economics and information technology. Charles was also awarded prizes for Best in Thematic Wear, People's Choice, and Best Response to Question.
Suggest 2 ways in which the educational experience of students at the Dominica State College can be improved. 2 ways in which the educational system at the Dominica State College can be improved is by rebuilding important infrastructure and also bringing in more qualified teachers to teach us. The library is a very, very, very important thing at the school. Since Maria, the library has not been rebuilt, and this would form a safe space for children to find information that they need, and also just a free space for them to clear their head during schools. Additionally, teachers form an important part in the educational system. With more qualified teachers, we can offer more subjects, we can do more things at school. I thank you.
The other participants were Alia Alexander, who won the prize for Miss Amity, and Brianna Loda, a computer science major at the Dominica State College. The Mass Jamboree competition also had a new feature in the form of a male modeling competition. Sheldon Piper won that competition, while Kasim Birmingham copped the first runner-up position. Andrea Louis, Channel 5 News.
And immediate past president of CARICOM, St. Lucia's Prime Minister Alan Chasney has told CARICOM colleague heads that a number of issues which he grappled with during his tenure are still very much on the priority list. Speaking at the opening of the 31st Intersessional Meeting of CARICOM heads in Barbados, Chasney noted that the issue of de-risking and correspondent banking was still very much one of those issues.
Unfortunately, none of these issues have gone away, and it will be up to the incoming chairperson to continue to lobby on our behalf, because in most cases, the urgency is even greater. In November last, as a direct result of St. Lucia meeting, a delegation from the community led by the distinguished Prime Minister of Antigua and Barbuda took the issue of correspondent banking and de-risking to Washington in light of the threat of our financial institutions losing critical relationships with U.S. banks. I can report that we have moved the needle on de-risking and that the OECS is working on a single compliance department. We were able to draw the attention of the members of the Financial Services Committee of the United States Congress and senior representatives of major U.S. banks, including the Bank of America, to the catastrophic effect which the stringent measures being imposed on domestic banks by correspondent banks in the United States and the negative impact which the withdrawal of such services was having on economies in the Caribbean member states. Our own information indicates that up to the middle of 2018, 25% of the 50 banks operating across CARICOM had reported termination of correspondent bank services, while 75% reported they were facing certain correspondent banking restrictions. Our other negative consequences have been an increase in operational cost, an extension in the processing time for international payments, as well as increased difficulty in account opening or securing bank services.
You are watching Channel 5 News. We'll have more after this.
Flow helps you stay connected to what matters. Simple plans and a better network mean that you can enjoy 7 days of unlimited social messaging, 3 gigabytes of reliable data to use as you like, 700 local anywhere calls and texts, with the always-on prepaid plan, all for $29. Keep your number when you switch to Dominica's most reliable LTE network. Buy wherever you top up. Switch to Flow. It only gets better.
Si ou ni maladie HIV et bien maladie sexuelle, si ou pas protéger corps lors qu'on est sexe avec plusieurs monde, ça peut mettre la vie ou en gros danger. Ou ka exposer tout partenaire au poison et que tant qu'il a vini avec maladie, servez yon condom chaque fois ou qu'on est sexe. Changer qui est important pour découvrir maladie à bonheur ou ça vivre en bonne santé même si ou ni maladie HIV. Prends responsabilité, protéger corps et puis les autres. Examinez corps. Aidez du bout si même maladie HIV et l'autre maladie sexuelle.
A new in-home experience is here. All your services bundled into one simple plan. Faster, more reliable Wi-Fi so that you can binge, play, and stream uninterrupted. Unlimited Flow local landline minutes mean you can talk and talk and talk. Plus the best in TV entertainment with over 120 channels and 29 in HD. All for $160 a month with the new all-in bundle. With Flow, it only gets better.
Thank you for staying with us. CARICOM Chairman Mayor Motley says access to regional communications that is affordable is absolutely necessary. Motley says the digital economy can play a powerful role in the development of economies within CARICOM. The goal is to secure a fixed single CARICOM roaming rate.
Our teams have been working with operators in the telecommunications sector across the region. And indeed, Prime Minister Mitchell, who is the lead Prime Minister in this area, has, along with the CSME team, worked with the operators to shortly announce a modest fixed single CARICOM roaming rate for all CARICOM nationals to cover the cost of data for popular social media platforms. Including those that offer messaging and calls. The rate will include an amount of local and regional voice calls, and over time, this CARICOM rate will include more services. This is what it means to be family taking decisions. At Castries, we recognize and reflected that the roaming rates within this region are punitive and that in many instances people are bankrupted when they go from country to country because they have no idea as to what these roaming rates will present themselves to be. Once we have reached agreement on the rate and service level, the operators will make the necessary technological changes, and we have full expectation that the new fixed single CARICOM rate can go live in this year, 2020.
Dominicans being challenged to embrace their African heritage while appreciating the contribution of Black history on current day life. Chairman of the Dominica Reparations Committee, Dr. Damian Dublin, says during the month of February, also known as Black History Month, more should be done to appreciate the impact of black people on society over the years. He adds Dominicans should be proud of their African ancestry and black heritage.
We always try to find some sort of reasons to not identify ourselves with ourselves. So I'm hoping that from tonight, it can help to strengthen us and make us realize that we are proud descendants of a mighty race. The history of Africa didn't start with slavery. It started way back. We read of the mighty civilizations and the organization of the society, which I would want to encourage all of us. The information is there, please. In this month of Black History, the information is just do a little more research and focus on Black history, Black invention. You'll be surprised. A lot of things we enjoy day to day, making our life comfortable, were invented by black people. But the thing is, the way the society is, they minimize the effect. So it's up to us to find out about these things and propagate it.
Dominica's Reparations Committee was formed in 2014 as part of the wider Caribbean Reparations Committee. The region-wide committee developed a 10-point plan for the road to reparations, which is gradually getting the necessary attention from the former colonial European countries.
The objective of the CARICOM Reparations Committee was to establish a moral, ethical, and legal case for payment of reparations by former colonial European countries for native genocide, very important native genocide. I see a representative of the Kalinago people, the transatlantic slave trade, and the racialized system of chattel slavery. So these are the three objectives we're trying to achieve. We have established a 10-point plan. I won't lay it out, but it's available. You could go on the CARICOM Reparations Committee site. The 10-point plan, that's what guides us. The CARICOM Reparations Committee, besides the executive, each chairperson of all the National Reparations Committee are members. So we meet using all the use of technology, and so far I'm satisfied that we are making a dent.
The 7 young ladies vying for the title of Miss Dominica 2020 have been advised to be themselves on the night of the show. Here's Andrea Louis with more.
The word of advice from Miss World Europe 2019 and first runner-up of Miss World, Ophélie Mezenou. The show is scheduled for Thursday, 20th of February at Carnival City, and Miss Mezenou is advising the contestants to be themselves.
My principal advice is to be yourself. To be calm, because I know that the pressure of a pageant, and the most important during a pageant and during the night of pageant, it's to be able to share your message and to be proud of yourself at the final of the show. You know, sometimes you don't understand why. It's sometimes in life you win this competition, but the most important is to be yourself, and after the people will choose the people that they want, but for me it was the most important part.
Mezenou is in Dominica as a special guest to the island and the Miss Dominica pageant. She also had advice for other ladies who plan to participate in future pageants.
I would tell to all these little girls who want to participate that it's an amazing experience, and it is the possibility to travel and to meet different culture and to grow up as a woman. So don't be afraid to try and to believe in yourself, and it was a dream for me, and I believe in it, and I am here today.
Meantime, marketing executive with the Discover Dominica Authority, Samantha Leta, says it is all systems go for the Miss Dominica pageant on Thursday.
We have the National Queen pageant coming up tomorrow at Carnival City. That is tomorrow, Thursday, 8 p.m. sharp at Carnival City, where we have our 7 beautiful young ladies who will be vying for the title of Miss Dominica. The show is ready. We have had our dress rehearsals, production rehearsals, etc. And the show is going to be a magnificent event. And I think all persons, if you have not bought your tickets yet, tickets are still available at Bullseye Pharmacy and Deepex Color Lab.
The 7 participants in the Miss Dominica pageant are Elnara Emmanuel, representing Kingshill; Primrose David from Maho, sponsored by Preconco Limited; Kimra Charles from Fort Collet, sponsored by Maxroy Trading; Melanie Charles, representing the Community of Goodwill; Savan James of Roseau, sponsored by the National Bank of Dominica and Greens Wholesale; Kadisha Joseph, representing Fort Collet; and Shannon Saint-Hilaire, representing Soufriere and Scottshead, sponsored by Jungle Bay Resort and Spa and Nature Island Dive.
A new in-home experience is here. All your services bundled into one simple plan. Faster, more reliable Wi-Fi so that you can binge, play, and stream uninterrupted. Unlimited Flow local landline minutes mean you can talk and talk and talk. Plus the best in TV entertainment with over 120 channels and 29 in HD, all for $160 a month with the new all-in bundle. With Flow, it only gets better.
Here are some tips to reduce mosquito presence in and around your home. Keep water storage containers properly covered. Remove containers that can collect water from your surroundings. Keep garbage bins tightly covered. Pick up your litter and remove all tires from your yard. Keep gutters free of leaves and twigs to prevent stagnant water. Prevent Zika, dengue, and chikungunya. Fight the bite. This is a public service announcement from the Dominica Red Cross.
This message is supported by Flow.
Flow helps you stay connected to what matters. Simple plans and a better network mean that you can enjoy 7 days of unlimited social messaging, 3 gigabytes of reliable data to use as you like, 700 local anywhere calls and texts, with the always-on prepaid plan, all for $29. Keep your number when you switch to Dominica's most reliable LTE network. Buy wherever you top up. Switch to Flow. It only gets better.
And to end the news, a look again at the headlines. Calypsonian Tasha P. Peltier will take the stage first at Saturday's Calypso Finals. Prime Minister Skerrit signs regional procurement and asset recovery agreements. And CARICOM Chairman Mia Motley praises regional organizations for their role in protecting our borders from the COVID-19 virus. Feel free to access the news on our YouTube channel. On behalf of the production team, I am Julian Morris. Thank you for watching. Join us tomorrow.